when we were starting to film with this, we said, okay, let's get it off the truck. They said, okay, see you in 1 hour. Look, it hasn't been an hour, but it's been a good 30 minutes to get it off safely. That's a way to get a workout. Ditch the gym, push off the world's coolest car. Yay! Grazie mille. Very well done. Here it is in real life. You can actually drive this car in the game Gran Turismo, but on this channel we get to see it in real life. All right, is this not the coolest car you've ever seen? So this is the Lambo V12 Vision Gran. Actually made for the game Gran Turismo, the Ultimate Championships in 2019. This is, of course, a concept, so this is the only one in the world, and Lamborghini has been so awesome to actually bring it out for our channel today on the Supercar Blondie channel. Thank you so much, guys. All right, let's have a look. I love these tail lights. Isn't that fantastic? With the Y Lamborghini line. It's just so prominent. It takes up the whole back wing. I love that. And then what I also love, you've got these hexagonal exhaust tips here, but what I love is this whole pipe runs all the way through, and you can see that into what is a naturally aspirated V12. So you see this right here? This stands for supercapacitor. So this drivetrain is based on the Sian. So it has the same drivetrain as that car. That car, however, is real. Like, you can actually drive that car. There are 63 of them being produced. I've got a video coming out on that car as well. These fenders here, you see how they're separated from the body, and this is floating? That is awesome. Love, love, love. And as you can see, it's a one-seater. So the driver's straight in the middle there. And what is also super cool, like, he just has there's just a head. He doesn't have a body. It's just a head. And then that head is looking at this really cool digital display. Everything's being projected onto this, like glass section here in the middle. You've got the special racing suspension. This is so freaking insane, isn't it? You can see all the way through the side of the car here. And then you've got this super low front lip, all that made out of carbon fiber. 63, you might be wondering why in the world is there a 63 on it. That is to celebrate 63 years since Lamborghini was founded. So this came out 63 years later, which was in 2019. And you've got a rose gold tow hook. The reason why it was made as a one-seater is because, of course, in the game, it's just you driving, right? You never have a passenger with you. And this actually opens like a jet fighter. So the whole canopy opens, which is super cool. And you've got the petrol that goes in here, the benzina. You've got these beautiful rose gold accents here and on the wheel. Don't you just love this? This is beautiful. All right, guys, let's talk to Mitja, the head of design here at Lamborghini. He's responsible for this beast. Ready? This is Mitja, everyone, head of design here at Lamborghini. He spent the last hour just doing little tiny droplets all over the car.
It's the fading effect.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah, see? That was part of the design, right?
I think it's fresh paint.
Yeah. Come around the back here, Mitja. I love this white tail light here. This is incredible.
That was the most important design theme from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when we were asked, let's collaborate with Gran Turismo, you know, basically for 2 weeks my team was not stoppable. They were disappearing and then, you know, coming back with a million ideas.
Wow,
but so that Y shape was from the beginning.
Had to be there. Okay.
Had to be there because we said we need to design it also in this perspective.
Yes.
Because, you know, in the game it is used like this. That's why.
That's so true. And these exhaust tips, Mitja, where'd you grab those from?
You know, to make the process faster and to also save some money, because designers are also efficient people. We took the Aventador S exhaust pipe, doubled them, and we have it here. So
that's awesome.
You know, it's super cool. For me, this car is also a design strategy. It is kind of following the idea of the Terzo Millennio, but we wanted to get it even more crazy.
Yes,
because with the Terzo Millennio was the electrical concept, and here the V12 hybrid.
Okay.
So
which one do you like better? Design-wise?
The next one.
Yeah, always the latest one.
You know, if I tell you now,
politically correct.
You know, the designer of the other cars maybe then you know, disappointed.
Yeah, all right.
I love them both because they have their own character.
They're very different. Very different.
Let's go and meet Stefan. He's going to show us the underpinnings of the Bolide. I wonder how far Bugatti will go this time.
Further than we ever did before. Andy, a very warm welcome here at Bugatti Engineering.
Thank you very much. Great to see you.
So, what if we take our W16 8-liter capacity engine and make a very radical concept out of that? The result is the Bugatti Bolide. And we simulate. To achieve this, you have to have a lot of innovations. Another part I have to show you. So this is the part of a front suspension, it's double wishbone suspension, and this is the push rod. And it's printed out of titanium. Incredible, because it weighs 100 grams. And the wall thickness varies between 0.5 and 1 millimeters. It has an inner structure, printed inner structure. And the braking force of that part is 3.7 tons.
So 2 Chirons?
Yes, basically, 2 Chirons.
Honestly, it's ridiculous how light that is when you consider how strong it needs to be. It's beautifully made too. Would you miss this one?
Yes, of course.
Ah, okay.
As you know, of course, to get the air through the car, around the car, in the right way, it's very scientific to have the airflow there where you want to have the airflow. And basically, the car has an adjustable front splitter, adjustable rear wing, a 3-layer rear diffuser, and on the top we have air intake for the engine, and there we have inflatable bubbles on that air intake. On higher speed, if you inflate those bubbles, the air stays on the car without any kind of turbulences, so that you get a better airflow on the rear wing. And on the same way, you have more downforce. And if we go on the side, the car is according to FIA free formula racing car rules. So the monocoque has an integrated rollover protection system. We have an integrated side impact protection with a coolant going through that. And we have Michelin slick tires. And the width of the tire is 340 millimeters in the front and 400. It's a massive tire, 400 in the back.
It is.
I think you have to have your own experience, Andy.
Can I try it?
Yes, jump in the car.
Luckily, I brought my helmet with me. So now it's time to drive the Bolide. Finally. So we've seen the underpinnings of the car and some of the exotic lightweight materials that we used in the manufacture. And now we still don't get to see the car because it's covered in this rather colourful camouflage. And with all those things that Stefan was talking about, where they saved weight using amazingly light materials. The result is a car that weighs 1,240 kilograms. Incredibly light for a 16-cylinder, two-seater car. Then if we come to the back, the heart of the car, we see, of course, the W16 engine. Now, this engine produces 1,600 horsepower on regular 98-octane fuel, but using 110-octane race fuel, it can produce 1,850 horsepower. So coupled with that low weight, this gives us a weight to... Wow, what an experience. This car really does react like a proper race car. Amazing grip, high speed, low speed, the balance feels amazing, but there's one key difference. This car accelerates like nothing else I've ever experienced in my life, almost out of this world. Really an amazing car, and I'm so glad I got to drive it. So what's left? We've seen the underpinnings, driven the car. Now I want to see what it really looks like. Let's go meet Achim. Wow, it looks absolutely stunning. What a car. We're always talking about form follows performance, and now I can see exactly what you mean.
At least in the very beginning, it was only form following performance. What really would happen if we strip a Bugatti Chiron of all its creature comfort and then position the driver quite a bit more extreme and lower in the car, and then almost shrink wrap an exterior around the driver and the technical components and make it an ultra minimal and ultra performant concept. That became the project Bolide. And then when I look at the frontal area of the car, actually all I can see now is form following performance. For the first time we're streaming the air through the internal part, meaning inside of the front wheels around the main monocoque. So you can see that performance and aerodynamic development dominates the frontal appearance of the car. And when we go around the side, that story actually continues. Raw air into the roof scoop, hot air traveling along the cabin, fresh cool air traveling in this light blue channel towards the intercoolers, and then hot air coming from the water coolers through this enormous negative scoop behind the front wheel, and then cool air again traveling on the bottom into the oil coolers and exiting. So this goes to show how technology and aerodynamic handling really came first, and then we try to find a win-win, how we position the cabin between the wheels, give the car quite a bit more stance, and also apply a bit of Bugatti identity with it, which I hope can be realized.
It is unmistakably a Bugatti, and I can imagine that was not a work of the moment.
Took a moment, but then, you know, it's actually an evolution of the C line of the Chiron. And then compare that to the Bugatti line of the Divo, is quite a bit more sporty. And here you have the ultimate sportiness, no, on the Bolide, where the Bugatti line becomes super fast and really nice and elongated in proportion.
So what's happening at the rear?
Come on, I'll show you. So you see here that the exhaust was put right in the center of the rear end, therefore allowing the diffuser having maximum performance width. And at the same time, it creates an architecture where everything around the exhaust really is there for extracting hot air from the engine compartment.
I noticed this X theme all over the car. So what's that all about?
That has something to do with the experimental nature of the project. You remember the film The Right Stuff? Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier.
Absolutely.
For the very first time. For us, this was a similar approach to this project. This experimental track-focused car with the X graphics all around. But I think the most prominent, you see that on the frontal area. Now this remains probably my favorite view. You see the fuselage really arriving at the crash box, and everything ends with the Bugatti horseshoe here in the front. And then left and right you have this X graphic positioned all the way to the outside of the car, giving ultimate width expression into the exterior shape. And I like the reminiscence, you know, to the classic X graphic over the glass of vintage race cars, which you find repeated here on the frontal graphic, but it also builds a bridge to the glorious days of Bugatti GP racing, in the 1920s and 1930s. This is Louis Chiron with his Type 51 winning in Monaco. And I think it's a wonderful analogy between the secret of success in those days, which was unmistakably the power-to-weight ratio, but it's a similar feeling, and it creates a link that we like very much.
So, can we start it up again?
I was hoping you would ask that.
Hi Andy, and welcome back. So, can you tell me a bit about your experience with the car?
Well, this project is as close as you can get to a real race car. I thoroughly enjoyed the opportunity. It's a great project. Well done, Bugatti.
Thank you very much. We always value your feedback. That's very important to us. Ladies and gentlemen, in my eyes, Bugatti always was and still is striving for perfection. So at the end of the day, it comes down to the fact that we have to exceed the dream of our customers and our fans. The Bugatti Bolide is benchmark for what is technologically possible today. And thanks to the dedication of the Bugatti team, this result could be achieved. And also the dedication to their jobs in general is enabling us so far to achieve another record year in the year 2020, and this despite COVID-19, and I have to say that this car is really a dream. The Bugatti Bolide. Vive la marque!